right, so here he is, the former UFC interim title challenger, Josh Emmett, and a lot of people believed, even before he sent Bryce Mitchell to the Shadow Realm, that he was the most powerful featherweight in the world. And he knocked out Bryce Mitchell at 38 years of age, and he did it after successive losses to Yair Rodriguez and Ilia Topuria. There is plenty of fight left in the dog, Josh Emmett, and I would argue that this is a guy that can realize success deep into his 40s. Wrestled at Menlo College and NAIA school, can lean on that part of his game if need be. But you know what Josh Emmett's trying to do. He's trying to send you to the hospital with his right hand. All right, well, his boxing has been on point throughout his UFC career, and gotta figure there's gonna be plenty more where that came from here in this matchup.
You know, this guy is such a great boxer, John, that if he decided to chase down the Olympic gold medal, you would think that he would have that opportunity. His ability to go out there and set traps, his footwork, his movement is next level. It is not something we have seen before. I would have expected to see this man in Beijing, Athens, somewhere trying to represent the country, but instead, he does his work inside the UFC's octagon, and he is special, and he is so fun for him.
Heady praise from a two-time United States Olympian, Daniel Cormier. First order of business, though, tonight, winning this mixed martial arts contest. All right, both fighters have entered the octagon, and this massive fight is nearly upon us, ready to go from Anaheim at the Honda Center with one of the biggest fights of the year. And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. And now for the particulars, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Josh Emmett. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, the Korean Superboy, Doo-Ho Choi.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
All right, round one underway. This man is all the rage, the Korean Superboy, Doo-Ho Choi. Very difficult challenge for the opponent here tonight. This is an outstanding first-round fighter, outstanding fighter overall, but the fight time in the UFC, not a lot, because more often than not, he gets the opponent out of there in round one. Oh, nice job to get the guard up there as the strike is blocked by the Korean Superboy. All right, so there it is. They immediately go into the clinch situation. The wrestler said he wanted to make it dirty against this boxer, and this is a good spot for him to be in.
I think that even though he wanted to be in the clinch, he's got to be very aware of the punches in tight coming back from the boxer. He's got to be level changing, he's got to be tripping. He's got to make this boxer feel like he's on the defensive, or that guy's going to get comfortable, rolling his shoulders and landing some nice tight punches from in close.
Oh, he tags him with the straight hand there. Nice job by the Korean Superboy. Oh, good block there. Frantic pace early on to this one. Takedown defense holds up. Oh, and he lands another counter strike here. He has landed several in this round. And if you are a counter-striking stylist, you can do worse than watching this guy compete. Beautiful job defensively, head movement, foot movement, and ultimately finding a home for these counter shots repeatedly in this round. Emmett gets caught with that punch. Man, how how good is his right hook counter? Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. Well, it's not always easy being a counter striker, but when you can execute the style this effectively, it really is something to behold. You'll see he'll try to draw the opponent in here yet again, and as soon as his opponent strikes, he'll try to use that wayward offense against him and get back to his countering game that really has been the big story in this one thus far. Oh, beautiful right hook counter. The knee's now going. Oh, well, you can still attack the thigh, right? We talk so much about calf kicks, but that's been a pretty effective weapon for him here tonight.
It's traditional. It's a traditional leg kick. Just throwing your hip, bang, whipping it into the thigh. Beautifully done by this fighter.
Both fighters starting to open up a little bit. Oh, man, it ain't Dikembe Mutombo, but he is blocking all these shots coming this way.
Get that out of here. He sees it coming. You're going to have to mix it up.
Shake that finger.
Shake that finger.
All right, he gets the takedown now, DC. We'll see what he can do in this advantageous spot.
He set it up beautifully. Let's see if he can now take full advantage of it. He passes the half. Now he's going full mount. He's got to start throwing down.
Oh, good ground and pound here. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Emmett getting touched here repeatedly with these ground and pound strikes from the top. Referee's not going to bail you out. Oh, big shots from the top. Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good grappling match, but these fighters came to see knockouts.
Yeah, the fans came to see them knock each other out, and that's what they're going to get. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, John, but ultimately, it is the striking that people show up for.
Oh, effective use of the jab by the Korean Superboy. You wonder if the offensive fighter is going to start to get frustrated here. Most, if not all, of these shots are getting blocked.
They're getting blocked because he's fighting. How are they standing? What a flying knee to the head. Solid punch lands for him.
Emmett's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. First round winding down here. Oh, roundhouse kick. Add that to his highlight reel. Round two straight ahead. All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward. All right, back to the stool, and he is officially swole, and I'm not talking about muscles. He is swollen up top.
I mean, he looks bad. It's because he was too stationary. He was on the receiving end of too many big shots. He was beat up. He was battered. He was bruised. And look at all the swelling. It shows that he has taken far too many.
Ready.
All right, round two. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous round.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times when it came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Get the hands going here early. Both fighters throwing heat now. So, DC, I'm not sure if fear of fatigue is a factor, but given his body of work in the UFC, you got to be surprised that he hasn't attempted to get this fight to the ground where he can let his submission skills take over.
Maybe he is anticipating a tough takedown attempt, and he doesn't want to put the effort it's going to take to get the fight where he's most comfortable. Once on the ground, he can grapple all day. The effort comes from him securing the takedowns to get the fight there.
he has a point to prove. Perhaps there's a hip injury, but this man's UFC career has been defined by the takedown. He hasn't attempted a single one tonight.
He hasn't even attempted it. It's very surprising, and honestly, for a guy that enjoys the wrestling, it's very disappointing. Because to me, it seems like he doesn't want to put the effort out there tonight to try and secure takedowns. You take a lot of risk by not using your best skill, and you almost put your opponent on your level by being limited.
Well, maybe he can hear us. Bro, if you don't attempt to take down, DC's going to pull out his cellular telephone and start watching collegiate wrestling. Change levels! Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets the job done at the end of this thing.
Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Man. Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive than we saw in round one, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Emmett's eye is closing up. All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has...
His opponent recovered. Now he's got to go deal with everything that he's going to bring at us. He should have got the fight finished at that time.
Circle away. Left hand higher.
Oh, nice jab by Josh Emmett. He has absorbed a lot of power shots. All right, so another ringing jab right there, snapping his head back like a Pez dispenser. You can tell he was a former boxer.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell that that is his base. The way that he throws the jab is fundamentally sound. He does it like he was trained to do it as a young boy. And right now, behind that jab, he finds himself ahead. Big double leg level change.
Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack that cut. Cut man's going to have some work to do if we get to the stool between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cut men in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only going to continue to get worse because he has got a killer in front of him.
Under 90 seconds to go.
Good work.
Nicely done. Emmett gets up. Clearly, he wanted this fight back to its feet despite having a dominant position on the ground. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
All right, so he earned respect from his opponent early on with the power, and now the swelling really started to become a factor, Champ.
The swelling's starting to become a factor. This guy is so good at recognizing a weakness in his opponent. He got him hurt, he got him swollen a little bit, and now it's starting to pay dividends.
Nicely done as he lands a kick to the leg. Well, earlier in the round, he clearly got stung by his opponent, but he just has not responded well at all.
He hasn't responded well. He hasn't gotten himself back early after getting hurt so bad early in the round.
So that cut continues to get more severe with every passing moment of the fight.
Every moment. You know, when you get cut in a fight, you expect for it to worsen because you're not going to not get hit anymore. Right now, he's got to do something to try to limit the damage. Otherwise, it's going to get real bad. Oh!
There's the horn. Plenty of action to digest from that one. All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work. All right, well, 1 minute of end swell can only do so much. Let us look back at some of the damaging strikes in that previous round.
It doesn't seem like it's going to do much, and if it does, he can't take any more of these shots. He was too stationary. He took everything square on the target. He's got to move his head, and he's got to be proactive instead of reactive in terms of his defenses.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. All right, so next round underway here, and you got to admire the stamina that both of these guys still exuded towards the end of that round. Both men put a particular focus on their cardiovascular commitment in this training camp, and it's clearly paid dividends here tonight. We have two legitimately fresh fighters here as we hit this next round. Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by him. Well, he continues to do a nice job here defensively protecting the head and sort of maybe letting his opponent gas out a little bit with all the volume.
His opponent sees the target, but he can't get to the target. So he'll continue to throw, and he'll continue to wear on his own gas tank.
Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Missed with that right hand. Left hook counter there yet again.
He's gonna get himself knocked out. You gotta take a moment. He's gonna get knocked out if he doesn't take a break.
The Korean Superboy getting tattooed by that stiff jab. Oh, that right eye's looking pretty swollen now. Might be shut before too long.
I give one, I take one. You give one, you take one. That's how this fight is being played out.
Oh, really good job by him there to raise the guard, DC, and block those shots coming his way.
He does a great job of blocking all incoming strikes.
Joy gets caught with that punch. All right, so the upper leg kicks have been a big storyline in this fight, and you got to think at some point he's going to switch stances or make an adjustment, or he's going to lose this fight.
He's got to do something, because right now what he's doing has not worked. It's very clear that they did not expect this as part of his opponent's game plan, and he's been a step behind the entire time.
3 minutes to go in round 3. Emmett's tough as it gets, but that eye is downright nasty at this point in time, and you've got to wonder, given all the swelling, if that might even be a fractured orbital. Not good for limbs. Well, he continues to do a nice job here defensively, protecting his head, raising the guard, and really frustrating the offensive fighter a little bit.
Lesson 1 in boxing class, hands up, chin down.
All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso. Flying through the air, and he lands the knee. Oh, beautifully done with the hook there by Josh Emmett.
He gets to the single collar tie. Look for him to now start to find uppercuts up the middle. He's got him hurt. He's got to start looking to finish.
So 3 minutes have flown off the fight clock there.
Oh, he can't even stand.
Back and forth we go. It takes two to tango, and man, have these two individuals tangoed tonight. I might run it back at some point, no matter how this one ends.
It's one of those fights where when you look at these two and the damage on their faces, the work that they have both put in, you realize and you appreciate what these fighters do inside the octagon. They're both hurt. They're both beat up. And both of these guys have shown a tremendous amount of resilience to put themselves in position to win this fight.
Emmett's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time, and I'm not sure there's any end swell in the building that's going to open that eye back up. They might stop this fight. That punch was deflected. Nicely done.
Oh, nice level change. Look at that. Recognizing he's about to lose position.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Choi. Well, at this point, he's got to be way up on the judges' scorecards, clearly winning the fight, and largely has gotten it done with his striking tonight.
He got it done with the strike. He fought well behind the jab, but it was the significant strikes that really did make an impact on the judges' mind.
Oh, he's got a lot of different arm bars he can go to, attacking here. Ooh, that's tight. I'd be tight.
It's starting to get really tight in there. Okay, he's got it. That's it.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Emmett's cheek is just leaking blood all over the octagon. That gash is absolutely terrible. I might have even caught his jawbone in there. I'm not so sure.
Nice defense.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. Well, we got to think some bonus money is coming the way of these two athletes at night's end, and remarkably, they've both been able to stay in the fight despite absorbing a shit ton of damage.
I mean, the amount of damage that these two have taken in this fight is crazy. They've been able to stand on a coin and go toe-for-toe in the middle of the octagon.
And as usual, they gave our replay guys in the truck a lot to work with.
Yeah, a lot to work with, because neither one of them have tried to use defense. They're proving how tough they are, but they really aren't using the skills that will allow for them to be fighting for a long time. You gotta keep moving your head. You cannot take these type of heavy strikes so frequently.
And it looked like maybe one of those coaches thought about getting involved. They're gonna be watching the action closely as these two absolute warriors and damaged athletes try to get the upper hand on this thing.
Nice looping punch.
Clipped him with the right hand there. And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio.
Hurt bad.
As many star points as you could produce. Whoa!
Oh, man.
We send it inside now to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 14 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout, the Korean Superboy, Doo-Ho Choi.
So the Korean Superboy, Doo-Ho Choi, with another highlight for the reel tonight. That reel's getting pretty crowded. Crazy to think this guy is just getting started. Maybe a few years removed from his fighting prime. We'll see just